Welcome to this Regen Rovers recap, where I'm going to review the 4th season. And what a 4th season it was, because we are the champions, my friends. First place, and it was easy. I think that's the key word this season. It really was easy. Only 2 defeats all season, which was by far and away the best. I mean, the next best team, Slough, 9 defeats. 28 wins, 12 points, 96 points, 14 clear of second place Hereford. We had an incredible goal difference, mainly because of our defence. 32 goals conceded, which is easily the best. 6 less than Slough. We also managed to have the 3rd best attack. I mean, this year we certainly weren't as prolific. We weren't even as prolific as our 2nd season. I think we scored more goals. Let's just quickly go back. So last season, I mean, defensively, that is the big difference. We scored 41 less goals, but conceding, so many fewer goals. It really helped. Season before that, we scored 81 goals, which is better than this year, but we went up this year. It really was incredible. So let's have a quick look at the player statistics this year. I've already shown this in the last episode, but let's look at them in a bit more detail. So Agu made the most appearances this season, 50 appearances, 48 starts, 2 sub appearances. He was really important to the team, although not as many goals this year, but those of you that have watched the series will realise that we were less prolific going forwards, and I think the main reason for that was because of the update that was released recently. It's just meant our tactics more solid, and signing better defenders has also helped there. But going forwards, it's not been quite as exciting. Start of the season, we were banging in the goals. Suddenly the update comes out around about here, and we're only scoring like 2 or 1 goal every game. That is... You can see the difference, can't you? You can see the difference there. So I'm pretty sure it's that. We did score 4 against Guernsey. We scored 3 against Tadcaster, 3 against Dorchester, but it wasn't as common. Last year we were scoring 4 goals every game, pretty much. It really was ridiculous. Brilliant end to the season. Only 2 defeats all season, of course, in the cup competitions. We unfortunately lost in the Hampshire Senior Cup final on penalties against our rivals, Winchester City. Big blow. Just one of those days. It just didn't go in the back of the net for us. Okoro missed a penalty in 90 minutes as well, which was a shame. And getting back to the team, I mean, a lot of players appearing over 40 times for the team. We had a lot of consistency at the back in particular. McCann and Agu consistent up front for us. Godwin in the middle consistent. As in, not necessarily performance-wise consistent, but in terms of the team was consistent. And having that core of players, I think, really helped this year. Goals-wise, we didn't have Luke Mooney. He got 10 more goals than our top goal scorer this season, which was McCann with 21 goals. Agu got 19. Josh Mann, 14. And Godwin next with 8. And then our centre-back, Avison. Assist-wise, Higgins and Assini, incredible from the full-back positions. McCann, 12 assists. And then it's got kind of 5 and 4s from the central midfielders. Player of the Match awards, Higgins first, our captain. And Godwin second with 8. Assini third with 7. Average rating wise, ignore the players that didn't play many games. So it would be Higgins with 7.48, then Assini, then Avison, then McCann, then Godwin, then Key, and then Okoro. Brilliant from those guys in particular. We have finally been promoted, which means our kits are going to change next season. We've had these shirts since the start. We have changed the sponsor to Jack Young Plumbing, of course. However, we will have new shirt designs. A few people have sent some in. I've also got the shirt designs from the original competition that I will include as well. And anyone that I think there's a particular tier on Patreon, from them upwards, will be able to vote for the new shirt designs. And then I'll unveil them in episode 1 of season 5, when we'll be in the National League South. Let's move on to the awards then. Let's just quickly go up. So this is the overall best 11 now. This season, this is the best 11. So Okoro in goal, Higgins, Avison, Keane, Assini, Godwin, Walker, Constantinu, McCann, Agu and Josh Mann. No real surprises there. Fawkes, Topless, Miles, McGee, Owusu, Blankley and Courtney on the bench. But our overall best 11 is now Okoro in goal. 133 appearances from him and 12 goals from the penalty spot, of course. Good average rating for a goalkeeper. Goalkeepers never really get very good average ratings on Football Manager. It's been a problem for a few years, really. Higgins at right back has gone straight in there. to be our best player. 51 appearances across the season and a little bit that he played last season. Thomas Smith is still at the back, probably because of his average rating being boosted by goals and assists. Averson is alongside him now. He's gone straight in there from this season. It just shows how brilliant defensively we were this year. Halliday's still at left back though. He's kind of third choice now, to be honest. I imagine Assini will, if we keep him next year, he'll break into that best 11 next season. Sean Walker, Perry Miles and Ray Rigg in the middle. So Ray Rigg's still there, 96 appearances for the club now, 6 goals. Perry Miles, 88 appearances for the club, most of them off the bench, but he's in the best 11. And Sean Walker, who's made 168 appearances for the club. He's the all-time appearance record holder for Regen Rovers. He is a little bit of a club legend, isn't he? And a good rating, considering our midfielders don't necessarily get really high average ratings. And then up front, Luke Mooney's in there. Only ever played 44 games for the club, which is the lowest on that list, but 31 goals and that really good assists and average rating from last year has helped him onto that best 11, along with Paul McCann, 40 goals in all competitions now, really good player for us, 40 goals in 92 games is not bad at all, 7.05 average rating, and the legend, that is Ogochukwu Agu, our all-time top goal scorer with 70 goals. He has a good average rating as well, plenty of assists from him, but 70 goals in 137 games. That's not bad at all, is it? And then Morgan Fawkes is on the bench. He's got 50 goals in all competitions. He's still our second top goal scorer ever. I imagine if McCann stays and plays next season, he will overtake him. But he's not necessarily going to be first choice next year. It depends who I bring in. Sean Walker is our fourth top goal scorer ever with 39 goals. Then it's Luke Mooney with 31. We've got Josh Mann on the bench. Assini, Tom Reaney still on the bench. Matty Ratty, even though he's probably going to get released this season, his current ability is terrible. He only made one sub appearance for the under-23s this year. Just shows how far down the pecking order he has gone. He just hasn't improved whatsoever. Max Keane's on the bench there from this season, and Aaron Trollope is our sub-goalkeeper on the best 11 list there. So the end of season awards. Marcus Higgins, congratulations to our captain who wins his first Player of the Season award in his first full season at the club. What a season. I can't argue with that. He was my player of the season. I will put a poll on Twitter. I'll put a link below if it's still applicable. It might not be. It might have run out by now. But yes, Marcus Higgins, player of the season, with Assini second with 24% and Matthew Averson with 11%. That might be the first time the top players got over 50% of the vote. Might be wrong, but I feel like that could be correct. Assini is our signing of the season. Marcus Higgins, young player of the season, of course, because he's young, and yeah, if he's winning player of the season, he's going to win young player of the season. Stats wise, top scorer McCann, highest average rating Higgins. I will update the player spreadsheet as usual. I'll try and remember to put a link to that in the description below. Best pass completion, Gus Owusu, 82%, was injured for most of the season though. Most man of the match awards, Marcus Higgins. Jason McGee and Constantine, most yellow cards. And Rafa Godwin, 2 red cards this season, but he was an important player for us. Goal of the season is from Paul McCann. It's one of my favourite goals. I'm not sure it's the best one, and I will do a separate video for the Goal of the Season award, and you can vote for yours, because I've noted down all the best goals this season as I've progressed through the season, so I can pick them all out and do a separate video for that. So yeah, that might have already been released. If not, watch it when it comes out. I'm kind of all over the place with my schedule because it's the Christmas period and I'm planning ahead, I'm recording ahead, and I don't really have a huge amount of time, which is why I'm having a little bit of a break over the Christmas period. There's the season review. Match of the season was our 4-2 win over Merthyr. Moment to forget was our incredible 4-3 loss against Carlton. That was at the start of the season when this tactic was in its old format. Literally, I think it's the update that has massively changed things. I think the defenders did help, but I think overall it is the update that has caused my tactic to just behave in a completely different manner, which is just strange, really. These are the squad dynamics. Now, the good news is we've got some more influential players, and Sean Walker has moved into that highly influential bracket. Remember, he's only just about to turn 21, I think, in under 2 months. But we've got the influential players of Agu, Fawkes, Higgins and Okoro. I suppose they're a little bit older. Higgins is captain. He's got leadership ability. Fawkes has been at the club for a long time and he's slightly older. Same with Agu and Okoro. So that's really good. I think over time some of these other players will move into this bracket as well. These are the social groups. Only Corey Hines doesn't have any friends in the first team at the moment. But the core social group is the majority of the players. Then we've got a secondary social group of Forrester, Constantinu, Owusu and Topless. Maybe they need to go and find a house together. House hunting with Paul. In fact, should we do that? Let's do a house hunting with Paul. So all 4 players are quite young. Forrester and Topless are 20. Constantinu and Owusu are 19. But they fancy renting a place together. All 4 of them, they're not studying. They're all sort of over the college age. They haven't gone to university. They're all just working in normal office type jobs for the council, private sector. They're kind of those boring jobs, I suppose, that you'd kind of... It sounds a bit hard. I mean, I do a boring job, I suppose. But yeah, they do those sorts of jobs. So we need to find a place for them. They all work in Southampton, so we need to find a place for them to rent. So I think maximum rent each about £500 a month. So we'll go for £2,000, which is quite... You can probably get a decent house. We'll say 4 bedrooms. They need 4 bedrooms, maximum 4 bedrooms. This is good fun, isn't it? What can we find then? So probably near a train station would be ideal. I mean, Swaithling doesn't have the best... There's not many stops there, but they can... St Denis might be better, but I like Swaithling. This is around where I lived at university. Where did I live? Wessex Lane in first year. That's the uni accommodation, and then I recognise this house. It's not where I lived, but it's very close to where I lived in second and third year of university. That's quite funny, actually. This house had some drainage problems. I'll tell you a story. I came back from university one day, and I noticed all this water pouring out of the house. Literally, just water. Apparently, something had gone wrong with the plumbing. Evidently, Jack Young had to go around. No, Jack Young wasn't around back then. But anyway, they got someone out, and they basically forced all the water back. Or I don't really know what they did. And in our utility space, it literally, because I think there was a tree that caused problems, it's just pumped all of their stuff up through our tube, plumbing stuff, and into our utility space, and it was so disgusting. Just think every bit of crap that's down some sort of drainage thing. And the guys that did it, like the workers, said, no, we can't do anything, we're not allowed to touch it. So my housemate and I, we put plastic bags around our feet, and there was a hole in the utility room where it had come up, and we just brushed it back down. That was absolutely grim. That's university life for you. Anyway, yeah, they're not renting that house for that reason, bastards. You know, they can save a bit of money. They don't necessarily. Isn't this where... This is quite similar to one of our houses. Oh, this is pleasant looking on the outside. And we can't see all the rooms, though. This is nice. Apparently this is a 4-bedroom flat. I assume they're split into flats. Oh, look at that. You know, double combo there. Washing machine. I assume one's a tumble dryer. It's a nice... Oh, this is nice. Nice new kitchen. Bedrooms are basic, but lovely bit of a garden. They can have a kick around in the back garden. I think this is the one. Langhorne Road in Southampton is where our friends Forrester, Constantinu, Owusu and Topless are going to live. They have to get a bit of money together for the deposit, but, you know, they'll be able to get it together, I'm sure. So I think the records have reset themselves a bit. Because remember, it got it wrong last year. Like, Fawkes was our top scorer in the league, which was wrong. It just had the wrong number. But yeah, Agu definitely has 67 league goals for the club, 70 in all competitions. Most overall goals scored by a player in one season is still Luke Mooney. Most league appearances. Now, I think this is wrong. Morgan Fawkes hasn't made 186 appearances. I don't know why it's saying that, because he's made 145. I don't know where this 40 extra have come from, so that's wrong. This is mended itself. Highest average rating is definitely Luke Mooney from last year, so that's fixed itself. Youngest player still Willie Young, a forgotten man, Jack Young's relative. Still 2-star current ability and improving, but we just don't play left midfielders. Could I convert him into a left back or a central midfielder? I don't think so, but I don't know. What do you think, guys? Oldest player is good old Chef. He's now a coach. Oh, we have to sign him, don't we? Have to. So he's retired from playing. We got to sign Chef as a coach. We don't have any spaces. What about an under 23s coach? Apparently, I mean, Or I might be able to get him as like an under-23s coach to start with, and then just work his way up. I might not be able to get him because I might have to ask Jack Young to give us an extra space as a coach. And how good is he then? I didn't even look at him. I just thought, we got to sign him. 14 on defending and 17 working with youngsters. That's actually quite good at this level. He's not bad. It's a shame to see. Oh, wow. Imagine this. Like, he's already, at the moment, so he works at the Chesel Rectory. He's changed his hair. I think he's changed his hair. I'm almost certain he's changed his hair. Either way, he still works at the Chesel Rectory as head chef. He's also club cook, and he occasionally drives the coach for us on away games. And he sometimes wears the Phoenix costume on the side of the pitch, our mascot costume. So he's a multi-talented man. He's just not very good at football. But coaching-wise, he's not bad. So we got to try and get him. Fastest goal, Paul McCann this year, 15 seconds. I love this. I like the progress it shows. I mean, obviously the highest league position this year was first because we finished first. Attendance-wise, we broke our competitive attendance record versus Bath City in the FA Cup fourth qualifying round. The highest gate receipts, we broke that record as well. Lowest attendance, 171 versus Tadcaster. Come on, rivals. But the average attendance has gone up to 383. It's our best average attendance yet, probably because of that Bath game, let's be honest. Biggest win this year was 5-1 versus Thatcham. Most matches won in a row was 8, so that's a new record. Most matches without losing, lost in a row 2. Most matches without losing 19. What a run that was. Most matches without conceding 5. Not bad at all. Most overall goals by a player in a season. So it's actually the lowest we've ever had, Paul McCann with 21. But the highest average rating ever, Marcus Higgins. So that should replace Luke Mooney's record from last year. Most man of the match awards, Higgins. And the fans player of the year, you can see over the years, Fawkes, Agu and Higgins. We're in a healthy position. We really are in a very healthy position. It'd be nice to try and improve some things. Youth facilities are being improved, hopefully. It'd be good to improve the training facilities at some point. It'd be good to get an affiliate at some point. I've attempted 4 times, but Jack Young hasn't been able to find one for us. But hopefully one day he will. The under-23s and under-18s didn't play as many games this season, but still a lot of games. I kind of forgot to schedule friendlies as much as last year. However, my assistant still stepped in and we had 1 a week at least. Sometimes 2 a week, depending on if I remembered to schedule them. I'll just show you quickly. So, yeah, still loads of games played, but I kind of forgot towards the end of the season. And we ended up playing harder opposition. And against these bigger teams, under-23 teams, we did okay, to be fair. We did lose most of them, but we didn't do too badly at all. Same with the under-18s. I kind of forgot around here. But, yeah, plenty of games played still. I've put the under-18s and 23s in here so you can see their statistics. So Simon Vernon appeared in 70 games this season across the 2 teams. Why did he appear in so many games? He's not the best goalkeeper. That's really strange why he was picked. But Jason Glenn next. Now, Jason Glenn was a good player last year, but Raphael Godwin is an upgrade on him, let's be honest. However, he did very well. He played a lot of games up front for the under-23s, I noticed. 23 goals this season, as you can see there. Top goal scorer, though, was Sam Topless with 48 goals this season. Really impressive. Obviously broke into the first team and scored 4 for the first team. Lots of assists as well. Then Adrian Piper, one of our youth academy prospects. He got 30 goals. Josh Mann Jr., not to be confused with Josh Mann in the first team. He got 30 goals this season. Jack Thompson, 16 years old, playing up front, managed to get 26 goals. Ricky Breakspear, lots of goals from him. And Jason Glenn, of course, as I already mentioned. Assists-wise, Nathan Wildash, one of our youth academy players from last season, got the most assists. Now, that's probably playing for the under-18s. I've just mixed them up here together. Sam Topless, Ricky Breakspear up there. Harvey Heath in there. Lots of assists from left-back. Man of the Match awards was Sam Topless. And the average rating, Sam Topless. Ray Rigg on there. Lots of games for the under-23s this season. And he impressed. 14 goals, 14 assists. Not bad at all. Overall, some very good performances from the youngsters this season. And there's players that will be looking to try and break into the first team. But it's going to be even harder now that we've been promoted. Players that possibly could do well one day. Jamie Courtney. He's got fairly professional mentality. The brother of Callum Courtney, of course. He's played well, quite well this season at the back. Some decent attributes. He's improving. He's got potential. Decent current ability already. Yeah, I mean, there's a few forgotten men in here. I say, featured at one point, didn't he? Doesn't play anymore. Billy Joe Sugg, of course. Billy Joe Sugg, where is he? There he is. You know, he's a decent option, but he's a winger, and we don't play wingers. So maybe one day we will, though. Ross Bradley, Joey Ford, Nathan Coles played in the first team at one point. So annoying. The expansion to the youth facilities have been cancelled because we don't have the money. Now, yeah, we don't have the money, but if we'd done it here, we would have had the money. But suddenly, because we've gone into debt recently, because we've not played enough cup games or friendlies or whatever, the thing is, I've been given this huge wage budget. It's not my fault that the club don't make enough money to warrant paying those wages. Why have the board given me that much money? I've never used a scouting budget, so surely that should have saved money. I've literally never used it. It's always stayed at that. It's always been 10 grand in the scouting budget that's just sitting there. Is that part of this debt? Why don't we just not use it? If I'm not using it, pump it back into the club. I don't know how it works, really. Staff wages is a big thing. My wages, assistant, all the staff wages is obviously a big thing. I don't know if hidden wages are here as well, like for my personal assistant and that sort of thing. They might get a wage. I don't really know how that works. But yeah, we should be okay because I'll play some friendlies. Hopefully going up will enable us to have a bit more money. I'm not really sure. It might not. Eventually we'll be okay financially, but that is just such a massive blow. It's just such a waste of time because all of these months I don't know if it's actually started or if they're just in the process of getting contractors in or something like that, and then suddenly it's cancelled with 2 months until it was meant to be completed. No, 3 months, 4. Oh, it was meant to be completed in October. It's a while away, but still, it's bloody frustrating. Jack Young, you're not in my good books at the moment. He's blocked Jeremy Cook best, but if I go to the board and ask for more, let's see, increase. I don't want to. A coach is allowed, so we could put him in the first team, couldn't we? Should we go for that? Yeah. Oh, good. We got to get Sheffield, even if he's not the best one. I think he's quite good though. Excellent news. Okay, let's get him into the team. No, he doesn't like me anymore, Chef. You're already at the club. You're the cook. Come on, you got to be. I'll turn him round. It'll be okay later on in the summer. I should have done it the other way around. I should have asked Jack Young first. I'm an idiot. Despite me being a little bit disappointed with Jack Young at the moment, he's very happy with me. He's saying, long may it last. I promise you, Jack, it will last. Right, I'm now going to show you all the leagues, all the cups. A lot of the playoffs haven't been finished yet. I'm not going to show you them in this video, so you can see which teams are in which division at the start of Season 5. But you can see here, Premier League, won by Liverpool. They've managed to win it for a second time in the save. Fulham, Watford and Blackburn relegated. Just turn my face off so you can see everything. Championship has been decided. West Brom, Preston, Huddersfield promoted. Norwich, Rotherham and Walsall relegated. Oh, a regen striker, top goal scorer in the league. Looks pretty good. League 1 then. Ipswich Town, Bristol Rovers and Bolton promoted. Wimbledon, Southend, Notts County and Doncaster relegated. League 2, Plymouth champions with Oldham, Crawley, Grimsby Town going up. Sutton United and Accrington relegated to the National League, which was won by Ebbsfleet, our rivals of course, one of our rivals, and Billericay have also gone up to the Football League. Bromley, Macclesfield, Weymouth and Hemel Hempstead relegated. I think we might be at the same level as Eastleigh next season, unless they've been promoted. National League North. So every league's been decided apart from the really lower league. So I'm not going to show you that continue to the playoff point in this video. Chester and Solihull promoted. Where are Eastleigh? They'll be in the National League South, won't they? Of course. Which was won by Eastleigh. So we won't be in the same division as Eastleigh next season. They've been promoted back to the National League. Kingstonian go up with them. Hampton and Richmond, Chippenham and Weston-super-Mare relegated. So all these teams we're going to face next season, assuming we go into the correct division. I think the regionality is not a problem at this level by the looks of it. It's only below this level that it's kind of a bit messed up. Oh, a regen, top goal scorer Neil Kerr. We're never going to get him, are we? Look at him, he's insane. But I've got to aim high. You'll notice Tottenham finished in the playoffs. And they were only promoted last season, so that's pretty good going from them. Hendon, champions of the Isthmian League Premier Division. We might In fact, it depends. Well, yeah, I suppose Hendon will be in our division next year. They should go into the National League South. Looking at the Northern Premier Division, Hyde have been promoted so far. There's Stourbridge going up from the Central Division. And lastly, it's us. Champions. That looks so good, doesn't it? Let's go down to the 8th tier. I just want to see if Winchester got promoted, because they were top of the table at the time. This is the Division 1 South, so Hastings promoted from this one. Then we saw Canvey Island go up from this division. Sheffield, is that Sheffield FC, the oldest club in the world, isn't it? They've got promoted. Cambridge City promoted. And Winchester, they have been promoted as champions of the Southern League Division 1 West. So they're going to be moving into our division, theoretically. For those interested, Man City won the FA Cup against Liverpool in the final. League Cup was won by Everton, beating Leicester. Charity Shield won by Man United. Football League Trophy, the Johnson Spaint Trophy, whatever you want to call it, Charlton managed to win that. The FA Trophy was won by York City. We're definitely going to be competing in this next year, because we're now in the level where we join in, I think, the third round. What a final that is, by the way. Southern League Cup was won by Scarborough. The most northerly team in the competition, because of how messed up these divisions are, have ended up winning the Southern League Cup. And we'll also still be taking part in the Hampshire Senior Cup. But I'd probably be more likely to play reserve teams. Even more, I've been doing that anyway, but certainly for the early rounds, just playing under 23 players or second string teams, because we need to focus on the league and try and stay up next season, I suppose. But I mean, these are the most winnable competitions for us. But the FA Trophy is a winnable competition, I suppose. But coming up against National League teams, that will be really tough. So I'll end it there, guys. Thank you for watching today's recap. Of course, I've already said that I'm taking a little bit of a break over Christmas, so I'm not sure when Season 5 will start. But for those of you that are celebrating Christmas, you've got time off, I hope you're having a nice time with friends and family, or just enjoying yourself. But until next time, enjoy Football Manager 2019. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you very soon.